This isn't diplomacy, it's a declaration. When Dr. S. Jaishankar speaks, the world listens and the West gets uncomfortable. He didn't ask for approval. He delivered truth to power and left the Western narrative shaken. The world watched, the West flinched, and India's external affairs minister stood his ground. This wasn't a speech, it was a strategic correction. For decades, the global stage was dominated by a single narrative, one shaped, led, and enforced primarily by Western powers, especially the United States. From the post-World War II era through the Cold War, and again during the unipolar moment of the 1990s, American influence was largely unquestioned. The West dictated terms, set standards, defined democracy, and expected compliance. But that era is coming to a close. Dr. S. Jaishankar, India's external affairs minister, captured this seismic shift in just one sentence. Don't feel bad when I comment on your comment. It wasn't just a clever retort, it was a declaration that India will no longer play the role of a silent observer in global affairs. The world has changed, and so has India. Today, the rise of a multipolar world is reshaping power dynamics. Countries in the global south, long ignored or marginalized, are now demanding a seat at the table. No longer content with being recipients of Western lectures, nations like India are asserting themselves with confidence, clarity, and credibility. India's rise isn't accidental. It's backed by a growing economy, cutting-edge technology, global talent, strong diplomacy, and strategic alliances. Unlike the past, where power meant dominance, today's power lies in assertive cooperation without submission. India is not asking for permission to speak, it is speaking because its voice carries weight. The old world order was built on hierarchy. The new one demands mutual respect and genuine dialogue, and India is at the forefront of that transformation. Dr. Jaishankar didn't just speak for India, he spoke for a new world that refuses to be silenced. The age of unquestioned Western dominance is fading, a more balanced, equitable global order is emerging, and India is helping shape it. The US presents itself as a global promoter of democracy. Yet when others assert themselves democratically, it's suddenly labeled foreign interference. Dr. Jaishankar fired back. You have every right to comment, but I have every right to comment on your comment. Mic drop. He didn't just speak, he exposed Western double standards. Democracy doesn't mean domination. Dialogue doesn't mean one-way lectures. True democracies must engage with mutual respect, no moral high ground, no patronizing lectures. Dr. Jaishankar reminded the world of America's own contradictions, racial injustice, gun violence, political instability. So when US lawmakers criticize India, India has every right to speak back. This isn't defiance, it's equality in diplomacy. India's modern diplomacy is not about choosing sides, it's about defining its own role on the global stage. Contrary to the outdated belief that powerful nations must lead while others follow, India is asserting a new model of engagement, one rooted in strategic autonomy. Dr. S. Jaishankar made this clear. India isn't rejecting the West, it's redefining how it engages with it. The relationship with countries like the United States is no longer about alignment for the sake of favor, it's about cooperation based on mutual respect and shared interests. Yes, India acknowledges America's significant role in shaping global institutions, the UN, IMF, World Bank, and its security collaborations like the Quad. But recognition is not the same as submission. India will partner when interests align, but when they diverge, India will chart its own course. There's no confrontation here, only confidence. This is the essence of diplomacy between equals. India doesn't seek approval, it seeks understanding. It does not follow, it walks alongside. It does not obey, it collaborates. No drama, no disrespect, just quiet strength and dignity. India's stance reflects the evolution of a nation that understands its value and refuses to be spoken down to. This approach isn't about distancing from the West, it's about building relations that are mature, respectful, and reciprocal. In today's multipolar world, true partnership means engaging on equal terms, and India is setting that example boldly and unapologetically. In today's digital world, narratives shape nations. Reports are written, countries ranked, spotlights manipulated. Dr. Jaishankar called it out as a global industry of narrative control. India is no longer letting others write its story, not think tanks, not foreign media, not unelected foreign voices. India is telling its own truth loudly and unapologetically. What's India's greatest global asset? Its people. Over 30 million Indians and people of Indian origin around the world are leading in tech, medicine, academia, and diplomacy. This isn't just population, it's strategic soft power. India is investing in education, skills, and global mobility. Jaishankar sees India not as a demander of talent, but as a provider. Dr. Jaishankar's message is more than political, it's philosophical, lecturing us. Start partnering with us. When the West speaks, expect India to speak back. India will no longer stay silent, not when its democracy is questioned, not when hypocrisy pretends to be morality. The West is shocked. India is just getting started. This wasn't just another speech, it was a wake-up call. For decades, diplomacy was dictated, values were selectively applied, narratives were manufactured. India, with its rich heritage and intellect, was expected to play a supporting role. No more. Jaishankar's words weren't aggressive, they were assertive. a civilization that knows its worth, a democracy that no longer needs validation. India isn't demanding respect, India is commanding it. This is not about shouting louder. It's about standing firmer, not rejecting alliances, but redefining equality within them, not refusing cooperation, but refusing condescension. Dr. Jaishankar exposed moral hypocrisy, narrative monopoly, and diplomatic doublespeak. He didn't whisper. He spoke with authority, clarity, and conviction. This is history in motion. India is no longer reacting, it is leading, not just participating in global dialogue, setting the tone. So stop expecting silence, start expecting sovereignty. T. Peterhouse Kale, India is not just a country. It's a civilization that has endured for millennia. Patriotism isn't just waving flags on Independence Day. It's waking up every day with a sense of responsibility to protect and uplift the nation. Ask yourself, what does it mean to be a patriot today? It means standing tall when the world underestimates you. It means speaking up when someone insults your nation. It means working with honesty because corruption weakens India from within. It means respecting women because a nation can't rise if its mothers and daughters aren't safe. India is built not by politicians alone, but by farmers who rise before dawn, soldiers who never sleep, teachers who shape young minds, and engineers who build tomorrow, youth who dare to dream beyond fear. Our freedom fighters gave their lives without asking anything in return. Can we not give back honesty, discipline, and unity? Don't wait for a war to show love for your country. The real war is against poverty, injustice, inequality, division. Unity is the new patriotism. You can be Hindu, Muslim, Sikh, Christian, but above all, you are India. India is not rising. India is awakening. From engineers in NASA to doctors in London, CEOs of billion-dollar companies, Indians are leading globally, but the world is noticing something deeper, a nation that no longer bows, begs, or stays silent. India speaks now with strength and clarity. 16. Final words live for your nation. When you wake up tomorrow, don't just go to work, build the nation. Don't just earn, create. Don't just consume, contribute, because Deshbhakti isn't only about dying for India. Sometimes the harder task is to live for it. Live with pride, live with purpose. And when someone asks who you are, say this first.